Hi again, it's Kristen with ministrytochildren.com and the photo bomber, Fiona. I'm sure she'll be popping in. Well, I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for a lot of things. And speaking of thankfulness, today I have a few final Thanksgiving crafts for you. Some fun, festive, seasonal things to get you ready for that big day. It's coming up. I can smell the turkey in the oven, and I can smell some Advent activities on the way. But before we get to Advent, you might be looking for a final craft to add to your Thanksgiving decor, or maybe you need a family activity, or maybe it's Sunday school time and you just need to finish out the last few minutes of that lesson. Well, I've got something for you. So I actually have 3 very simple activities that we're going to do today. One of them is a multi-purpose craft, kind of a versatile activity. One of them is just a really random fun craft. And another one is an edible craft, which I think might be the funnest, but I'm a little bit biased on that. So the first thing we're going to make today is a Thanksgiving wreath or a fall wreath. This could be table decoration, or it could also convert into a wall or a door hanger. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to need some fall leaves. You can have these fabric-y ones, you can have some fun foamy ones, you can have sparkly ones, you can cut them out of paper, you can go pick them up off the sidewalk, but you're going to need some leaves. You're going to need a paper plate and some glue and some scissors. That's about it. And if you want to do the hanging variety, you can also have a pipe cleaner or a string or some sort. So the first step of this is you're going to take your plate and you're going to cut the center out of your plate. And another option as well is, here's the easiest way to cut the center out. So you're going to want to fold the paper in half, kind of like a taco, and then you're just going to snip this inner portion of it, and then you'll have your hole in the center. I was beginning to say you can also decorate your plate before you decorate it. So if you want to, if you need you have a little extra time on your hands, you need a little something extra, you can put some marker or some stickers on the outside of it, or you can write your name, or you can attach a Bible verse, or however you'd like to decorate it. Now, if you're going to completely cover it with leaves, you can have this raggedy hole, and that doesn't matter. If you want it to be a little bit neater, of course, after you unfold your taco, you can just snip these edges around and make it kind of a little bit more even in the center. So now you've got your outside rim of your wreath, and what you're going to do is you're going to basically just decide how you want to arrange your leaves and simply glue them on. This is pretty simple. Now, I recommend, if you would like to use this as a table centerpiece, I recommend flipping it over so the dome side is going to go on top, because that'll just kind of set nicely on the table. You could also flip it this way. It'll still look fine on the table. You could put a candle in the center of it, maybe some extra little decorations. Or if you're hanging it, you can use either side. So you're just going to put some glue around that whole rim, and you can cover the whole thing with leaves. You can just put a few sparse leaves. You can put leaves and acorns and glitter in between. It's really very much up to you. So you're just going to decide how you want to arrange the leaves. So you can kind of put, it's kind of nice if you put the big ones on top, small ones in the middle, or if they're all the same size, you can intersperse them however you like. You can group colors together. You can put colors not together. It really, again, completely up to whatever you want to do. But you're just going to press those leaves right on there. And I happen to have a variety of the fabric-y ones and the foamy ones. I happen to have a variety of colors. You may not. You may have additional sprinkles to add. You may not. You may want to put some candy corn on the outside. You may not. It is all your thing. So once you have your leaves all neatly arranged on the outside of it, I'm running out of leaf space, then you're going to just let it dry. And again, you can have that be it. And there's your simple table centerpiece. You can attach a string and you can hang it up. You can use it as like a doorknob hanger and hang it over the doorknob. The rest is up to you, but that is your fun multi-purpose craft of leaf excitement. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is the fun one. And Well, they're all fun, really, right? They're all fun. But this is the kind of goofy one. Not necessarily a fancy decoration, but you can certainly still adorn your table with this. So you're going to need some feathers. You can have some paper feathers, or you can have some real feathers, or these are craft feathers. I mean, I didn't go just pluck them off a bird, but you could if you want to. You're going to want either some Sharpie markers or some googly eyes, some glue, some tape, and some paper. So you can do this in any color that you want. We're going to make a turkey. I'm going to cut a couple of turkey parts out of this paper. So I'm going to cut his little wattle here that hangs down from his neck, because that's always fun to have on a turkey. And then I'm going to cut him a beak. So for his beak, I'm going to actually make kind of a square. And I mean, you can use orange or yellow or whatever kind of paper you want. For the sake of simplicity, we're using the same red piece of paper for all his turkey parts. But you go as fun and crazy as you want. So here's his little beak. It's a square. I'm going to fold it down to make it look like a triangle. And then when it opens up, he's got his little beak. So beak, waddler, and then you're going to have a couple of turkey feet, or not. He doesn't have to have feet. It's totally up to you. So should you want to make your turkey feet, you're going to glue out his turkey feet. La 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 la. Then you will take your balloon. You will inflate your balloon. And here is the base of your turkey's body. So any color you want. You got your balloon. You're going to glue on his little eyeballs. You're going to glue on his little waddle and his little beak. You can attach these together and then glue it as a single unit, or you can do it separately, in which case I would say first the waddle, then the beak. Also, you can use tape for this. I strongly recommend you use tape for the next part because feathers are very difficult to glue. Obviously, it's a little easier if you decide to go with the paper feathers, but definitely looks like a chicken right now. That'll change, don't worry. But I recommend tape, and you're going to put his feet on as well. I recommend tape if you're going to go with the regular feathers because it will just be a lot easier and quicker to stick them on that way. So here's his little foot, and here's some feathers. You can have a variety of feathers. You can have all sorts of sizes and colors. He does not need a leaf on his back, or maybe he does. That's up to you too. So here's his feathers. He is looking increasingly like a chicken, but don't worry, he's really a turkey. So after you have your feathers glued on, what you do with this craft is up to you. You can put it on your Thanksgiving table. You can put it in someone's bedroom. You can launch it and fly it and play a game with it. Pass it around the room. Pass it in hot potato style and say things you're thankful for when the turkey comes to you. Gobble really loudly. Sing the wobble, wobble, gobble, gobble song. It's totally up to you. But either way, it's going to be fun. It's going to be festive. And I call this a party foul. Couldn't resist that one. Okay, one more craft. And this is the one that you can actually eat. So it might be a craft. It might be a fun snack. But what you're going to do is you are going to make an edible turkey. Obviously, turkey's already edible, but you're going to make a sweet edible turkey. So you have so many options here on how to make your turkey. You're going to need some kind of a cookie, circular or wafer. You could also use like a Nutter Butter style. You're going to need, or you can use an Oreo, or you can use a vanilla wafer, or you can use a big fudgy shortbread cookie, whatever you want to do. You're going to want a malt ball, Reese's cup, or if you have peanut allergies, you could do this with a Hershey's Kiss as well. Again, so many options. And then some little candy corns. But again, you don't have to do it that way. You can do it with a Boston baked bean. You can do it with an M&M. You can do it with a Skittle. It's very, very flexible and versatile, this craft. So the way that we are going to do it is you're also going to need some sort of, I recommend like a frosting, or if nuts are not a concern, you can use peanut butter. Something that will be a sticky adhesive glue. Now what I'm going to use is actually called cookie butter. I will not endorse any sort of labeling or brand, but this stuff is delicious. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the Oreo and the Nutter Butter together. You can split this open and use just one or the other, but for extra fun, we're going to do them together. So we're going to place some cookie butter glue on the side of the Oreo, and then we're going to prop the Nutter Butter alongside of it, so that's going to be like his little body. Then we're going to attach the Reese's cup. Now you can cut your Reese's cup in half if you want it to be a bit smaller, or you can use the whole cup. Again, it's totally up to you. So for this one, since we're making kind of a big turkey with all this fun stuff, we're going to put the whole shebang on there. So there's kind of part of his body. And then here comes his noggin. We're going to use that malt ball right on top and glue it on. And now we need to attach his feathers. So we're going to put the feathers behind him, and we'll put our glue down, and we will just attach our feathers. Hopefully you can still find candy corn in the stores. It's a sad, sad thing when candy corn ceases to appear in the stores after Halloween, I tell you what, but it's still out there and it's probably on clearance. So you've got your feathers, you've got your little body, and you've got your fun, festive, and very tasty turkey quaff. Oh yeah, highly recommend this one. So have fun, happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next time when we start Advent, and go make disciples.